Okay, so you want to achieve FIRE, that's financial independence, retire early, right?
Right.
And you've handed us this really
Fascinating.
fascinating article that basically gives you like a roadmap to escape the 9-to-5 grind.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, let's be honest, that's ambitious stuff.
It is.
So we're going to take a deep dive into it.
Yeah.
And see what we can learn from it, what really resonates.
And what's so interesting here is how it really emphasizes that FIRE isn't like a one-size-fits-all.
Right.
It's about defining what financial freedom really means for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether that's world travel or pursuing creative passions or just simply having that flexibility to design your life how you want to design it.
Yeah, it's like choosing your own adventure, but with your finances.
Right.
So speaking of finances, this article gets real about saving.
Yeah.
Suggesting a target of 30 to 50% of your income.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I know that might sound like a tall order for some people.
It can sound daunting.
Yeah.
But the article really dives into, mindful spending, challenging you to identify those nice to have that might be derailing your FIRE goals.
Yeah, and understanding where your money's going in the first place.
Absolutely.
Because, sometimes you don't even realize like how much is going to this or that.
Right. It's those small changes like, maybe instead of that daily latte, you start brewing your coffee at home.
Yeah.
And over time, that really adds up.
It does. It does. Small changes.
Small changes.
Yeah.
Big impact.
Exactly. So we've got the mindful spending covered. What happens to that money you're setting aside diligently?
Yeah.
This is where the article jumps into the world of investing.
Yes.
Specifically, index funds and diversification.
Absolutely. And it does a great job of just breaking those down into like plain English.
Yeah.
Because, imagine trying to bake a cake, but you have no recipe.
Okay.
And you just throw all the ingredients in at once.
Right.
It's probably not going to turn out so well, right?
Yeah.
Investing can be kind of like that if you're not following a strategy.
Right.
And so that's where diversification comes in. Not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Got it. Diversifying your investments.
Yes.
Okay. And index funds, what are those?
So index funds are kind of like investing in a whole bunch of companies at once.
Okay.
Which the article argues is a really smart strategy for long-term growth. You're essentially letting the market's overall growth work for you.
So less cake catastrophe, more like a carefully crafted portfolio.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's where I thought it got really interesting.
Okay.
This article also talks about ways to generate income, even in retirement.
Yes.
Things like rental properties or creating online courses.
Right. So it's about creating those sustainable income streams that don't rely on you actively working.
Passive income.
Passive income, exactly.
I mean, it's a great idea.
It is.
Have your money work for you even when you're, retired.
Yeah.
Very clever. But before we get too excited about early retirement, the article makes an important point.
Yes.
About being prepared for the unexpected.
Absolutely. So that 3 to 6 month emergency fund.
Yes.
That's crucial.
Yeah, so important.
And it's not just about being responsible. It's about giving you the confidence to actually pursue your goals.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Knowing you have that safety net.
Yeah, like a safety harness.
Exactly.
You're safe to climb higher.
Exactly.
But I will say what really struck me was how the article focuses on the financial strategies.
Yeah.
But it also kind of hints at the emotional side.
Yes.
Of early retirement.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do with all that time?
That's the big question.
That is the big question.
What are you going to do with all that freedom?
Because financial freedom is a means to an end, right?
Absolutely.
Well, the end goal in and of itself.
It's just the beginning.
What brings you joy? What brings you fulfillment?
Yes.
If work wasn't a necessity, what would you be doing?
Yeah. It's a great question.
It is a really good question.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, it's given us the financial roadmap, right?
Yeah.
It's given us the strategy, but now it's up to you, dear listener.
Yeah.
To figure out what you're going to do with that freedom.
Absolutely.
What you're going to create.
What's your why?
What's your why? Exactly.
Yeah.